Welcome to Girls Will Yap podcast. We're your hosts, Harmony and Sage, talk about movies, pop culture, where everything is alleged, and literally anything else that'll cross our minds. We met by accident, we stayed on purpose, and now we yap for your entertainment. Let's yap, y'all.
Welcome back, Harmony.
It's good to be back, Sage. How you been?
I'm fine, and you're on the mend, so we're doing well.
Yes, recovering just well over here.
Good. Well, Harmony, you and I go out of our way to be pro equality without being overly political on this podcast, okay? Because we want everyone to feel welcome.
Yes.
However, in the last 2 weeks, because we've got 2 weeks worth of news to go over since you've been under the weather, we are at a point where pop culture is intersecting with politics.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I feel like it was bound to happen though.
Yeah, I don't like it. I hope
Yeah.
it's temporary. So it's going to come up a lot this week. It's just inevitable that we're going to have some intersection here today. So let's start out with Christy Noem's husband. His name is Bryon, Bryon. Um, he has pictures of himself wearing fake boobs. They're not even, okay, first of all, we got to talk about the size. Humongous. Like,
The biggest pair of fake boobs I have ever seen in my life.
poor guy's got the nipples going each way, too. Like,
I was like, it's giving when you put on like a fat suit like Eddie Murphy did and Eddie Professor, it was kind of giving me that.
yeah. Did you have the urge to go pop them?
But yeah, absolutely. When I look at him, I was like, oh, look at you, busty little bimbo.
So now we know why Christy Nome was having an affair with Corey Lewandowski, because I'm
Mhm.
sure she's not getting what she wants from her husband, and vice versa.
Yeah, they are not each other's cup of tea.
And I want, Mr. Bryan to have what he wants sexually. I wish the best for him. I wish Christy Nome nothing but the worst, but uh,
Period.
she's going through it now, and I have no sympathy.
Not at all. And I just love that allegedly the person who sent in the tip about her husband was an illegal immigrant he was paying.
Yeah, yeah,
Talk about
and
karma hitting you right in the face.
yeah. I mean, if you were that OnlyFans worker, I think she was from OnlyFans. I'm not quite sure on that yet. And you were an illegal immigrant and you had this card. Would you play it?
Oh, absolutely.
Me too.
At some point, I'd be like, "Oh, this is how you want to act. I got something for you."
That's right.
Hmm.
Well, I hate to break this to you, but I found out Afro Man is MAGA.
Oh Lord.
No, he's not just MAGA. He is MAGA to the point where he wanted to perform at the inauguration.
Another one to add to the list with Nick Cannon, Ice Cube, Chili.
Oh, well, let's talk about chili then. Let's go ahead. I've got that written down
Oh,
here. Kills me.
Chili. Like, I would respect you more if you stood on business and been like, "Yeah, this is who I voted for. These are my views." Don't lie and then say what she posted about Michelle Obama was, "Oh, I didn't know that I had posted that." Like, first off, how's that even in your algorithm? Look at all the people you're following. You've made multiple donations to that administration. Even T-Boss said, "My group member voted for him in 2016." Like, you like the man. Don't lie about it now because you want us to come to that concert, girl.
But T-Boss come out and said that no matter what happens with Chili, she's pro equality, all about safe sex and HIV awareness, and she is definitely not MAGA. She proclaims. She wanted to make that very clear.
Yes.
Um, I was just shocked. Yeah, I was just shocked about the whole thing.
Honestly, I'm not totally surprised about Chili because I watched Chili's dating show back in the day, and she's just very strange. She's a strange lady. And then she was dancing, and somebody said, "Oh, okay, chocolate girl." And she said, "I'm not chocolate, I'm caramel." And I'm like, was that necessary to let them know that you're not chocolate?
No,
Yeah. So she's weird.
Well, that's just disheartening, isn't it?
Yeah. But the thing
Okay.
I don't like, and I guess this is because, like, the men, like the Snoop Dogs and all of that of the world, they don't get dragged nearly as bad as she is, like the Nelly and all of them, but I also wonder if it's, like, we expect less of them, so it's like, that doesn't surprise me that you're that way.
So, have you seen a lot of blowback from this chili thing? Because I haven't. I thought it was quite under the radar.
No, people are dragging the hell out of Chili, and then they posted like, "Oh, what songs do you guys wanna, hear on the tour?" And people were like, "Ain't too proud to donate," and all kinds of stuff, so, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I was like, the internet once again, the jokes were great, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I have to tell you something else that's just so whack. It's going to blow your
Mhm.
mind. Did you know that there is an actual trad wife college? That seems like
What?
an oxymoron, doesn't it?
Right.
Yeah, there's a trad wife college program at Hiles Anderson College in Crown Point, Indiana. That's a fundy college. It's by the Independent Fundamentalist Baptist Churches, IFBs. So that's the same church that the Duggars follow. Um, yeah, so it's like a home ec slash Bible degree, which nothing against home ec. Hey, that's a very necessary degree. But I hate the way they have it marketed.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Oof. Mm-mm.
Yep.
No,
K
thank you.
no, no, we won't be going there. No.
Not at all.
Kayla petitions. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Now who is that?
Travis Kelsey's ex.
Oh, I know her as Kayla Nicole, that's why.
Yeah, okay. I wondered because I had never seen that last name before, so that was kinda
Yeah, I was
throwing
like,
me.
"Who's that?" Okay.
So she is going to replace Taylor Frankie Paul on The Bachelorette.
Now is
Mhm.
she?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, I have now been drug into this Taylor Frankie Paul stuff. I was not into it at all, so I'm blaming you for that. Um, she is now leaving the Mormon Church.
Heard about that, and, I mean, honestly, I'm shocked it took her this long because it doesn't I mean, not that I know everything in the world about Mormons as is, but it doesn't seem like she been living the Mormon lifestyle
Yeah,
for years now.
but then this just today was speculated that she might go back to Mormon Wives, and I'm like, "Well, if you're not gonna be Mormon, how are you gonna be on Mormon Wives?"
Exactly, like, what is the point? But, honestly, I could see another network, because people love mess, another network like a VH1 or whatever, giving her one of the messy dating shows. I could see that happening for her.
Now that may happen. Apparently, there's other Mormon Wives spinoffs. Did you know that?
There's some coming? There's some that
Yes.
are already?
No, I think they're in the works. I think you're right.
Okay.
They're in the works. I think there's 2 more in the works, and
Jeez.
it wouldn't surprise me if they do away with the one that she was on and just spin off on those other 2. Yeah, we'll see what happens to Taylor Frankie Paul, but, I would like to see, like, her go to rehab, like a or not rehab, but, some kind of emotional outlet place where she can get help and make that reality TV.
I agree, and not like Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew where half of that wasn't real, like, girl, get actual help, talk to an
Yeah.
actual therapist who's licensed, not a Dr. Phil, you know?
Did you listen to Behind the Blinds? I mean, Beyond the Blinds?
And I also watched the Dirty Little Secrets about the Dr. Phil show.
I have not done that yet.
I think I watched it on, like, YouTube, somebody put it up on there, and just the things that they were doing on that show, disgusting, like, I never watched Dr. Phil like that, I've probably seen, like, 2 episodes in my life,
Yeah.
but the fact that they had an alcoholic on the show and allegedly they left a giant bottle of vodka in the dressing room for him, what? And then the thing they did with the girl, how they brought out her brother to talk about molesting her and very graphic detail. Disgusting, heartless.
That broke my heart. And for anybody listening, we're talking about Beyond the Blinds, their Patreon. They have this whole episode. It was a fascinating episode.
Absolutely. Agreed.
I love it when they do those deep dives.
Same. They're some of my favorite episodes.
Yes. So
Mhm.
Tiger Woods got a DUI this week. Now, it was not for drinking, it was for doing pills,
If there's one thing he's gonna do is get behind a car messed up on something
I
and cheat.
guess. So, needless to say, he was arrested and he's now off to rehab. So, the first thing he did after he was arrested was call the president. Did you hear about that?
No.
Well, let me connect the dots for you. So he
Okay.
called the president. Apparently, the president didn't pick up. Who the hell has his number, right? So
Right?
anyway, he is dating Vanessa Trump. So Vanessa Trump was married to Don Jr. Yeah, so that I guess is how they know. Plus, Trump does like to golf, so maybe
I
there's a
could see that.
connection there. So this led me down another path. Did you know his ex-wife? I'm going to probably say this wrong. Ellen Nordegren. She walked away from that marriage with $100 million.
Woo, you would never $100 million, you would never have to work again, ever in life.
Just live on the interest or like a percentage of the interest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, you're doing just fine. Did they have kids too?
2, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. I may be wrong on that, but I believe it's 2. We got to talk about Joseph Duggar. Okay, let me tell you, my life when I'm not working and being
Mhm.
responsible, I am studying the Duggars again.
Okay, okay.
Been going on for decades now. So, Joseph Duggar was taken to Florida. I think I told you he was going to get arrested. And they were coming to get him from Arkansas to
Mhm.
Florida. His bail was $600,000. I think the whole world was surprised he even had bail. So his
That
dad,
part.
yeah, his dad came down there, put the $60,000 down to bail him out. Now it's well known, so I'm going to say it since it's well known. The victim
Mhm.
was or is his wife's sister.
Jesus.
It gets a little funkier. There's many
Okay.
things have gone on. So the victim's parents, the whole family,
Mhm.
was living in a rental house that was owned by Joseph and his wife, Kendra. They went in there, basically what's called constructive eviction, was
Mhm.
saying, "You're gonna get out now." They're tearing off the utilities and everything. So they did a GoFundMe, and they reached their goal, to get not just safe housing, but to get some money for legal battles.
Okay, good.
Meanwhile, I've been listening to all of the, prison phone calls between him and his wife, and they think they're smart. They're not smart at all.
Mm-mm.
They're putting all their assets into different corporations, thinking that they're not gonna be they're not gonna have those as, assets if they're sued civilly by the family, which they probably will be, okay? Because
Yeah,
the
and they
family nee
deserve to be.
Yeah, there's several reasons why they should sue. And that's hiding your assets. It's not gonna work. The court is not stupid.
Yeah, it's just like, we know what you're doing. Come on.
Exactly. Yeah, so apparently and this just came out right before we started recording. Apparently, he was known over the years for having this issue of touching little girls.
See, I can't. Like, one thing, if I even hear a rumor that you do that, you cannot be around me or my children. That's one rumor too much. I'm sorry.
Which do you know how the parents handled this? When
How?
Joseph was, like, 16, 17, definitely old enough to know better,
Mhm.
they sent him off to, like, this Bible camp where you have, like, a wilderness and you do those wilderness activities and you pray it out and you work it out, you sweat it out, and
Mm.
that was their solution. It
And
didn't work.
they really thought that was the key to make their
Mhm.
child not a pedophile.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was it. So then he
No.
came back home after going to this wilderness camp, and he became a mentor, a biblical mentor for other boys.
Lord knows, only knows what he said, what he did. That's, oh God, that's a frightening thought.
So and this is the last point I'll make because I'm still learning every day. Every day I'm learning. So
Mhm.
Kendra, the wife of these children, could get her children back if she would just work with CPS, and she was given a choice. You either work with us, do the work to get your kids back, learn to be a good mom, make good decisions and all that,
Mhm.
or you stay with your husband and stand by his side.
And she's choosing to stay with that man? That's disgusting. She doesn't deserve to get those kids back ever.
Yeah. I mean, she's sitting here talking on the jailhouse phone about prioritizing the kids and everything, but prioritizing the kids is not talking to your husband.
Exactly. Leave that man in jail where he belongs. Lose my number, lose my address, never speak to me again.
Meanwhile, they've reunited in some lovey-dovey way. I
Ugh,
know.
my stomach just turned. That is nasty.
It is very nasty. Yeah. Okay, so I know it's unfortunate that Kid Rock keeps coming into our chats.
This is the most I've ever talked about this man in the last 15 years, I promise you.
So for somebody who's so irrelevant, we keep
Right?
talking about him. Okay, so did you see the videos about the Apache helicopters coming to his house?
No, I did not.
Okay. He literally has in Tennessee a miniature White House, like a replica of the White House that he calls the Southern White House.
Of course he does.
Y- Yes. Yeah. So this has probably been a week now. I think this is
Mhm.
when you were recouping.
Okay.
Two Apache helicopters from the 101st Airborne Division, which I think is from Kentucky, they flew to his house and hovered over his pool. I mean, he was within spitting distance of these helicopters. And
Okay.
he videoed himself saluting them.
Of
And
course he does.
and okay,
Jesus. Oh my gosh.
this is hard. This is hard to get through.
Yes.
Right next to his pool is a miniature Statue of Liberty. So I want to paint this picture for you. He's
Okay.
next to the miniature Statue of Liberty,
Mhm.
and they're both facing the same direction. And he's looking at these two Apache helicopters hovering right
Mhm.
there where he could seriously throw a rock and hit them so closely. I mean, it's and he's saluting and he's talking about his brave soldiers and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, rest of the country
Hmm.
is like, how much money did this cost us?
Exactly, because why is this happening?
Well, they got suspended, but
Okay,
then,
good.
well, yeah, I'll bet the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth,
Mhm.
reinstated them.
Of
So,
course.
no trouble at all. They just wasted money, did this big publicity stunt, and nothing.
Just like, shouldn't we be focused on, I don't know, trying to get out of World War III, something else?
We got things.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
There's a whole list of other things we could be doing.
You know how I'm rewatching Scandal?
Oh, yes, that's my show.
I'm telling you, like, I have an addiction problem now. It's called Scandal. And, oh my gosh, yeah, they just saved Olivia Pope. But anyway, um, I was thinking this is getting too close to home. Like, these scandal, outrageous incidents are
Mhm.
like, I'm just like, did somebody watch this and make a playbook?
When things happen in real life, I'm like, "Girl, you know that was Jake from B613.
To be 630. The fact that you remember that.
We've seen this before, we know what this is." I'm
Yeah.
just saying it's, truth is stranger than fiction sometimes.
Something I'm trying to deal with is the fact that I have a strange attraction to Huck, who likes to murder people and cut them up. And I'm like, this is not healthy.
Okay, I was like, Huck never did it for me. It was always Fitz. Listen,
Oh,
Tony Goldwyn in real life, oh my god, I still love that man, old or not.
Fitz is too much of a pretty boy for me.
See, I like it though.
Yeah,
I
well,
usually don't.
that's probably why you're in a healthy relationship and I'm not.
Fair enough.
I know what my weaknesses are?
I
Okay,
love it.
so did you see the Leanne Rhymes? video.
What's she done now?
My gosh. Okay. So she had a jaw that was like so tensed, it was locked up. And she had this guy come in named Gary Linman,
Mhm.
and he is like a somatic healer. So, somatic healing is about releasing the tension that builds up physically.
Okay.
So he unlocked her jaw. I mean, it was like fascinating what little he did to do this. And she
Yeah.
cried out in like this emotional. Oh, it brought me to tears to see this,
Yeah.
okay? So the whole world is calling it an orgasm, and I'm like, "People, that's not an orgasm." It's
No, I
just
don't think that's what that is. You know what? And
yeah.
just based on Leanne Rhymes, her history with her husband, Eddie Cibrian, she's probably carrying decades worth of tension there. So that doesn't shock me.
Well, Brandy Glanville, which is her husband's ex-wife,
Mhm.
she had to chime in on this, and she
Of course.
said, "Must you document and post everything?" Which I have to say she might have a point there.
That's true, but doesn't Brandy document and post a lot of things too?
I think nearly everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like isn't that pot meat kettle?
Yep, there you go. Have you been keeping up with Megan Thee Stallion?
I saw that she had her Broadway show. I saw that she had that, and I saw that she had to take off because she was, like, dehydrated, but that's the last thing I heard.
Yeah, she's back, so
Okay.
all is well. She got a standing ovation. Okay, so, you know, do you buy this dehydration thing?
I feel like Meg Thee Stallion, I feel like a lot of celebrities probably work themselves to the bone. Um, so I could see that. That girl has her hands in a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I went through some of her history and I thought, well, there's nothing here to indicate any issue. So
Mhm.
maybe it is exhaustion and dehydration, but usually that means I'm going to a rehab. But I don't
Mm.
see that in her this situation at all.
Because she used to, like when she first came out, she was drinking all of the time, and I don't even see her post that she, like, drinks or does stuff like that anymore, so
No.
I thought she really kinda, like, cleaned up her image, and she's one that I didn't feel like was lying. There's other ones that if Justin Timberlake said he was dehydrated, "Nah, you're going to rehab, you be drinking, bro."
Gosh, do you remember oh, this is not written down, so I'm going off the top of my head. Did you see where they were, questioning him after his DUI, and he was popping
Mhm.
jokes?
Yes. He is a charming little shit.
He is, yeah. Yeah,
He's
dangerous.
very, very, very charming, and I saw where they were arresting him and they were putting down his race, and he was like, "White?" I saw
That's
where
what it
he did
was.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. He is dangerously charming. No wonder he got the panties off of Britney Spears. He would get the panties off any woman, quite frankly. Even though we all have heard just how incredibly small it is now.
Yeah, absolutely, and I could see Justin being a selfish lover. He gives me he's only in it for himself.
Okay, so let's talk about Jelly Roll, another person we don't really like, but he again is in the news. Jelly Roll and Corinne Leon. I hope I said that right.
Okay,
They have a song called Lighter. So it's Lighter, which is a World Cup song. So they created and have produced a song for the World Cup. There is
okay.
outrage.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, first of all, Jelly Roll is clearly MAGA, and he's
Oh, yeah.
performing for the World Cup. And then, listen, I don't even want to tell you to listen to the song, but to truly understand the outrage, you have to listen to the song. You know how all his music now is country, but yet very preachy Christian?
Mhm.
It's that. So, the magazine called The Conversation called it a Bible Belt track without a pulse.
Ooh, child, that was kind of a read.
I listened to the song, and I agree. Yeah, they got it.
I feel like the whole Christian nationalism thing is on the rise, And it's just everywhere you turn.
I think it's on the rise. I mean, it's been present in my life, well, all my life. I just
Mhm.
didn't know what it was.
That's fair.
I think we compartmentalized it back then.
Okay.
It wasn't so much into politics.
I think
And
that's what it is.
I read an article, I think they said the late 80s, maybe the early 90s, church and politics started mixing. And that's when things I think really got bad in our country and possibly for the churches, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because there used to be a separation, and then it's just my problem is saying that you're a Christian, but you vote for Trump, who does not care about people.
That's right. Yeah, Christianity is supposed to be about turning the other cheek, feeding people. I mean,
Uh-huh.
what, Matthew 25, going to the prisons and all that?
Yeah.
These people are like, "Well, throw them all into prison. Let God sort them out." Those I mean, that's what
Yeah.
they seriously say this stuff. That's not Christian.
Feed them to the alligators, and they have alligator Alcatraz shirts on Etsy. Like, what are we doing?
I saw a sign on a church the other day that I thought was really nice. Every once in a while, you'll drive by one that's like, yeah, that makes sense. It said, "Love them all. Let God figure it out."
That part, because I'm not Jesus, nor is anybody else. I'm
Yeah.
not the judgment. Like,
No.
that's not up to me.
No, it's not. And if I mess up and love someone who's mean, then so be it. I mean, maybe I can change their ways. I don't know. But yeah, exactly. I'm not the judge and jury on that.
Yeah.
So Paris Jackson, you know Michael Jackson's daughter?
Mhm.
Yeah. She's in litigation with the Michael Jackson estate. And I still can't quite figure out what the details on that are.
Yeah.
But we're talking about a lot of money that she's arguing she should have.
Really?
Yeah, I'll let you know more when I find out more. I just
Okay.
found that out the other day.
Okay, yeah. I need to deep dive because I'm like, What are we talking about?"
Yeah.
Huh.
She flies under the radar pretty good, so it's hard to say right now.
I feel like all of his kids do, honestly.
It's kinda weird, right?
Especially considering who their father and their family is? Yeah.
The fact that we all knew them as babies being dangled over a balcony. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's kinda strange that, like, as soon as he died, that was it.
Yeah. Nobody sees them anymore, which kudos to them because I can't imagine being Michael Jackson's kid in public every day.
Gosh, no. No. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, you remember they were married, of course,
Uh-huh.
and that was a while ago. They still own a French estate with a mansion and winery that is worth $164 million. But, okay, it's a holdover from their divorce. It
Mhm.
was a business, so they did not split that asset. But then, a couple years ago, Angelina went and sold her share of that. This
Okay.
made Brad Pitt so upset. He claimed that they were like doing a hostile takeover of his business, trying to force him out. I didn't quite buy that. But anyway, so Brad Pitt is suing Angelina Jolie and claiming that she is trying to keep him from enjoying his mansion, even though she doesn't even own it anymore. And Angelina is just, like, laughing about it and saying, I think you can go enjoy your $164 million mansion."
Exactly. You're Brad Pitt. I'm sure you could find another buyer or buy the other half yourself. Figure it out and leave that woman alone. Like, go focus on being a better father,
Rich people problems.
right?
Yeah. So you might like this. I don't know if you've seen this or not. Joey Fatone says that NSYNC, there still may be a reunion.
Listen. I feel like JT had to hit rock bottom before it happened, and if that has what has happened, I will be getting a ticket.
Figured you would. So Michael J. Fox came to the internet to tell everybody he's not dead.
I saw that. I hate when the internet tries to kill people off
Yeah,
prematurely.
I
Let
know.
people live, literally.
Yeah. Khloe Kardashian's young daughter, True, is now vlogging herself making snacks with her mother, and I have to say it's sweet.
That is cute.
Now, you watched
Mhm.
the Lamar documentary. docuseries, I guess it is.
It was
I
just, like an hour and a half documentary about Lamar
okay,
Odom. My god.
I know.
Which, I tell you this, I have never been like a Lamar Odom fan like that, but I will admit I did watch Chloe and Lamar back in the day, which obviously at this point has been 10 or more years or so. He fooled the shit out of me because I thought he really loved that lady. Obviously not. I mean, he says it in there. I just wanted access to her money and her power. And he was like, "I always knew I was meant to be famous. I liked that I would play a game on Sunday. You'd watch me at 8 play a game, and then you watched me on the show at 10 p.m." And I don't know, the doc itself to me felt very superficial because I wanna know why people do the things that they do. What triggered you to be in this situation? And half the time during the doc, he acts like he's sniffing coke the whole time. So I didn't think the man was sober when he did the doc at all. And it's just like he didn't learn anything. Who I felt bad for were his kids because he really has been an absentee father to them. So I hope that now at least he's doing better, but he's just selfish. Like that's my viewpoint of him is he's a selfish son of a bitch.
Did you feel bad for Chloe?
But here's the thing, I did feel bad for Chloe, but I also felt like, "Girl, where is your backbone?" At no point can a sex worker call me and tell me, "You need to come pick up your husband. You can keep him."
And
Okay?
then didn't she send her mom to go get her, boyfriend or husband or whoever from the sex worker? I
Yes,
mean, oh
she
my
was
gosh.
going to multiple hotels to pick up the evidence of his drug binges. No, I'm not doing that. And then so after he has like 12 strokes and like 6 heart attacks, that man is a walking miracle, honest to
Mhm.
goodness.
Yeah.
She helps to nurse him back to health and all this stuff. And she rents a house for him. He was supposed to go somewhere, he didn't show up. So she walks up the stairs and he's in there doing crack. So, first off, he was pretending he was worse off than he was, so she punched him in the face. And again, I don't condone violence, but I probably would have done more than punch him in the face
Sure.
because I put my life on hold for you for months at a time, and you are lying and using me again. But honestly, I wouldn't have found myself in that situation. I My heart's not that big.
Khloe Kardashian, I'm sorry. We say this about so many successful women. Do not get married. Do not share your assets. People are gonna come for you, and they're not gonna be nice.
Absolutely, I agree. Honestly, she needs to be alone because her picker and men is terrible.
Okay, so I have some TikTok news.
Okay.
I'm sure you already know about this. I think everybody knows about this, but we must talk about the country of Iran, if you say it that way, making bangers and creating Lego videos.
Okay, no, I actually have not seen that.
My gosh. So I guess Gen Z is the same no matter what country you go to. Gen Z is just tech driven and funky. Okay.
Okay.
So every day for the last, I don't know, week and a half, 2 weeks, I wake up to another rap song from people in Iran
Mhm.
about how bad Trump is and how bad Pete Hegseth is. And
Okay,
they've
look.
got these animated Lego videos to go along with these, and everybody's like, "Dude, put them on Spotify. We want the whole playlist." I'm
Yeah,
here to
that sounds
d
awesome.
They're really, really good. There's probably like 10 of them by this point, so you're way behind, or meaning you're way behind. You really need to listen to these because they're speaking the truth.
Okay. Well, like, give me a name to search for, or just put in Iran
Iran Lego
rap videos.
videos.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
I can do that.
you definitely have to, and you're gonna love the music, but the videos are even better.
Honestly, listen, that sounds like something I'm on board with.
There's a video, one of them, and I can't remember there's so many of them, showing the Lego version of Trump giving a BJ to, Clinton.
Of course.
Yeah, and then it shows, Trump waking up with a little girl.
Oh god, disgusting.
So, I mean,
Ah,
truth telling, okay?
they are. I mean,
Yeah.
read those files.
So I'm going to go tell you about now my musical artist of the week before we go into
Yes.
yours. You know, a few weeks ago, I mentioned if I had to listen to only 5 artists for the rest of my life, one of them would be Elle King. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Another one would be Alanis Morissette.
Oh,
Are you a fan too?
Alanis. And I love her name too. I just think it's so
True.
pretty. Yeah.
So, you know, of course, I'm going to specifically talk about Jagged Little Pill, which came out
Mm.
in 1995. And I thought back then that I had the emotions to relate to that. And I did to some extent. But when you start reaching menopause, that hits differently. The anger behind those lyrics is so relatable at this point that it is on my playlist. Like constantly, I'm listening to it constantly.
Okay. I feel like I need to go back and re listen because does it work if you're in perimenopause? 'Cause I feel like that's where
Yes.
I am in life.
Are you angry? Yes.
I would say I'm angry because I'm sweaty all the time.
Gosh. Oh,
Yeah.
that reminds me. I saw on TikTok they were advertising like cooling pants to wear when you have perimenopause. And I'm
Mhm.
like, who the hell is wearing pants at night to sleep when you have perimenopause? Like you're taking off all your clothes.
Exactly. Like I'm wearing a tank top to bed and I'm still sweating my way through it. I'm
Yes,
I'm definitely not putting on no freaking pants.
that's exactly right. So, who is your musical artist of the week?
So, my musical artist of the week is Brandy. She's in the news recently. She just came out with the book. Her book is called Phases. But before I get into the book, I'm just going to talk about her musically. Love her. Her self debut. Oh my gosh, I still play that album all the time. Best friend, baby, sitting up in my room. They call her the vocal Bible for a reason. Oh my gosh, her voice is amazing. I loved her in Cinderella with Whitney Houston. I love to watch their bond. Well, I didn't love her in Moesha because she pissed me off a lot as a character, but that means she acted well because she made me feel things. But I want to talk about her because in her book, she talks about when she was 15, she was dating Wanye Morris of Boys to Men, who was 21 at the time. And she talks about how he took advantage of her, which I agree. She was 15 years old. And then because, she said this, a lot of people, oh, well, why is she talking about it now? Well, because she's writing a book about her life and maybe she's reflecting the wins and the losses in her life, which makes sense. And then also, they've played all these videos where he has talked about their relationship. And as a 40-year-old man, he was on the Breakfast Club and was talking about when they dated, she was old enough to get it. That's disgusting. And at this point, this man has had kids. You would think he would say something like, you know what? I can't change what I did back then, but let me tell you this. If a 21-year-old was trying to talk to my 15-year-old kid, wouldn't go for it. Like, it's just like there was no remorse, there was nothing there. So,
Sounds
what do
like a
you think
horrible
about that?
sounds like a horrible person, but I have to tell you when I was 15, I was dating a 21-year-old.
Listen, I will tell you this. When I was 16, I was talking to a guy at my job and he was in his 20s. And at the time, I thought it was so cool. Like, oh, this 20-year-old is interested in me. And then when I grew up, I was like, what was going on?
Yeah,
Inappropriate on every level.
I would never allow my kids to do that now.
Not a chance. And
No.
also, her parents, especially knowing how her mom is so hands on, I believe her parents knew. So they're also wrong.
My parents knew too. Did your parents know?
Well, they didn't. So if they listen to this, they will now.
Yeah, well, we all make mistakes, but you know, we think we're grown. We're not. You're not grown until you hit like 30.
Absolutely, because even in your 20s, you don't know anything. You think you know the world. You know nothing about nothing.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have anything else for this week. So, do you have anything?
No,
All right, bye y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Girls Will Yap podcast. We love having you here to talk pop culture, nostalgia, and to share our hot takes. Follow us on all the socials at Girls Will Yap so you don't miss the conversations. As always, let's yap, y'all.